Good morning, everyone. T-Speaker222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future Digibyte OG 11:14 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast in the United States of America. Let's take a moment, hit that like button. Also, if you're new to the channel or returning, hit that subscribe button. We just went over 3,410 subscribers, so I'd like to thank each and every one of you for the support on our journey to 3,500 subscribers at the current moment. We're right back on the right track. So please make sure to hit those like buttons if you want to check out my Dogecoin and You, where I talk about Dogecoin and Shiba, or my Swing Traders Anonymous YouTube page. Both of those links are in the video description below, along with my Twitter. Get on Twitter, talk to me personally, up to the minute, up to the date. So we're in this bear pennant. We're seeing if we can work to the top side of it, which is at about $1.15. Right now, it's iffy. We don't really have a lot of volume, but we are pushing up despite not having any volume, which is very bearish. But I expect us to get to the top side of this triangle and maybe falsely break out to the top side and then come crashing back through. That's generally what happens in pennants like this. And at the same token, you'll see one like Algo. That's in a bull pennant flag instead of a bear pennant. Even though we're looking for it to break down after, or go up, a lot of times what happens with these is they'll break down first, then pull up. So we'll see what happens. But there's a lot of opportunities in the water, especially with Bitcoin. Like we talked about yesterday, we were looking for a push like this, see if it can get up all the way to that 48,696. There's not a lot of volume at all to make this push up, which tells me that this is a very bearish push. We also have to be aware that Bitcoin had those 3,000 Bitcoin unlocked that were in a cold wallet that was not active for over 8 years on average on the two. There was one with like 2,470 Bitcoin unlocked from 8.2 years of being dormant. And then there was another 270 unlocked after 7.5 years or 7.4 years of being dormant. So that means in the days to come, we have to watch for a 3,000 Bitcoin dump, which is going to be interesting when it happens because it's going to catch a lot of people off guard. And you often have these little run-ups. That's why we thought it was going to run up after we seen that news, especially yesterday. We started talking about it more. And that's where we started in my class. We started looking at the possibilities. And this 48,696, we actually determined was 48. So it was inaccurate. It's actually 48. Or was it 49.2 actually? So we were inaccurate with the 48.6. But we went through and we actually looked at it from the drop on a previous run on Bitcoin and seen we had a 27% drop here from this point right here down. We had about a 27% drop, or not 27, what did it end up being? I know it was a pretty significant drop. Okay, yeah, so 27% drop. And then we came up about 20% of the way, 21%. So now right here, we're trying to do correlations here because the pattern looks identical, except at a smaller scale. Now we came down about 20%, 21% to the bottom. And now we've come up 13%. So our estimations say we should come up to about here if we do what we did on the other one. So that's how we come up with the 49.1, 49.2. I don't know if it's going to get over 49,000. I like the 48.6, so I'm going to keep it there. And then if it goes over, you know, then we know that there's something more to this. I'm going to put this right at 49,000 and call it the middle. 48,993. But that's what we were seeing when we did the pattern recognition from over there with the drop, because this pattern looks very similar to what it looked like over there. We had a drop initially. Then we had a nice little run up to the local top, which was right here. And then we dropped, and now we're looking for the same kind of reconsolidation up with low volume, just like it was before, which it is doing exactly that. Which means we should get rejected either by this line we just came up to. Will end up being a big resistance line. That we, at the moment, are going to try to use it as support, but we're going to see how far back it pulls down. So that's what we're looking at with Bitcoin. Look at that 48,993. I like that 48.6 line like I had up, but when we were doing it for transparency purposes, I moved it up by a few hundred, not much. But that's what we were looking at when the pattern correlated with how it looked on the previous run up. And that's what we did with XRP. And we already know the $1.16 is in play. But if we bust out prematurely like we did last time and pull back down from 123, that's why I said, could we get another candle up there just to pull back down? Absolutely. It's risky because we're right on the support resistance line that you can put at $1.08, $1.10. I put it at $1.10.1 because if we're at the top side of that and close, that means we could make a run up a little bit. But if we're below that, expect to push down. Even with Bitcoin going to 48,000, you're seeing very little movement on the overall altcoin market. ADA is up 6%. But this is exactly what we're talking about. It really is. It's coming up right to these areas where it would have to come up to. It could even push up and have another wick up, you know, and do a third failed wick up like this and then just pull back. So all these things are possible. That 287 line is absolutely possible because that would finish the short-term cup and handle. There's a lot of stuff that can happen. If we got volume, this could be ultra bullish. The problem is we haven't seen volume for days. So... and you should pay attention that XRP is only up to $1.10.4 right now, and it's up to 48,000. That's either one of two things. We're getting ready for a little push, or all these altcoins are afraid to start moving because they can see that all the money's only being poured into Bitcoin, so none of the bulls are pushing into these smaller coins, which is looking like is what's happening right now. So we're going to have to be alert and pay attention, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. Should you take my advice? No motherfucking way you should, and if you do, make it and understand what I'm showing, my technical analysis, in my analytics, and let it, you know, correlate with your beliefs and understanding of the market. And if it, you know, if we're on the same page, make an educated and informed decision, because at the end of the day, we're in a manipulated market, and all you can do is put yourself in the best spot to succeed.